In the ever-evolving landscape of technology, breakthroughs continually redefine the boundaries of what's possible, from cutting-edge innovations in micro-robotics to transformative advancements in renewable energy. These breakthrough technologies are poised to reshape our world. Join me, we're going to embark on a journey of discovery to explore the top 15 breakthrough technologies that will change the world. Starting with number 15, quantum computing. Quantum computing is a huge development in the world of computation, which harnesses the principles of quantum mechanics to perform tasks that were previously impossible or too time-consuming for classical computers. At its core, quantum computing uses the unique properties of quantum bits or qubits, which can exist in multiple states simultaneously, thanks to superposition, and can be entangled with one another, which in turn allow for the creation of highly interconnected systems. Several companies are in the race to produce the first fully functioning quantum computer, and while they'll unlikely be suited to a home setting, there are plenty of ways in which they'll be incredibly useful. They'll be able to perform certain tasks much faster than it's ever been possible, such as factoring large numbers, optimizing complex systems, simulating quantum systems, and decrypting currently secure encryption methods. This alone will have profound implications for fields like cryptography, materials science, drug discovery, and logistics optimization. But in many ways, their true power is something that we quite don't fully understand yet. It's still, though, in its infancy, as building and maintaining stable quantum computers is a monumental challenge. This is because qubits are extremely sensitive to external factors and tend to lose their quantum properties quickly, meaning researchers are having to develop various approaches to stabilize them. It could therefore be years or even decades until the technology is finally cracked, but once it is, it will be world-changing. Number 14. Self-repairing materials. The materials we use in construction and fabrication are constantly changing to be tougher and more durable. But the next big step is the idea of self-repairing ones. Often inspired by natural biological processes, they will possess the ability to detect, respond to, and heal damage or wear, which will substantially extend the lifespan and reliability of various products and structures. Where this will be particularly interesting is in infrastructure and construction. Imagine bridges and buildings that can detect cracks or corrosion and initiate repairs on their own. These materials could significantly enhance safety and reduce maintenance costs, while similarly in the aerospace industry, self-repairing composites could reduce the risks associated with damage from foreign objects or environmental factors. With consumer electronics, self-repairing materials could lead to more durable and reliable devices, and almost everyone has at some point scratched or cracked their smartphone screen. But this technology will mean that it could actually automatically fix minor scratches or cracks without you having to pay huge amounts to get it repaired. While this may seem in the realm of fantasy, self-healing concrete is already a thing. It is possible, for example, to incorporate microcapsules within materials that are filled with a healing agent that ruptures upon damage, releasing the substance to fill and seal any cracks that form. Other types of healing materials may instead use shape memory alloys that can return to their original form when subjected to heat, effectively healing deformations. The potential is, of course, huge, but there's still challenges to overcome, such as scalability, cost-effectiveness, and ensuring that the healing process doesn't compromise the material's integrity. It is likely, though, that these issues will start to be ironed out, and they'll begin to be more commonplace within the coming years. Number 13. Swarm robotics. Swarm robotics. It's a concept that draws inspiration from the collective behaviors of social animals like ants, bees, and termites to design and control groups of relatively simple robots that work together towards a common aim. These robots, often referred to as a swarm, should be able to perform complex tasks efficiently and adapt to changing environments. One of the main benefits is that instead of relying on a single, highly sophisticated robot, a swarm will consist of numerous individual robots, each with limited capabilities and sensors. Now, these robots will communicate with one another, typically through wireless communication, and coordinate their actions based on local information, leading to intelligent group behaviors. Swarm robotics are expected to be particularly useful in fields like agriculture, search and rescue, environmental monitoring, and industrial automation. In farming, for example, swarms of small robots can work together to plant, maintain, and harvest crops. While in search and rescue situations, they can be deployed in disaster-stricken areas to locate survivors or hazardous materials far quicker than alternative methods. Swarm robots offer a number of advantages, including the ability to continue operating even if individual robots break or malfunction, and the ability to quickly scale the size of a swarm depending on requirements. But this does mean finding ways to quickly coordinate, communicate, and ensure behaviors remain in line with the objectives. This will require highly complex algorithms, but when those challenges are overcome, they could revolutionize how we approach complex real-world tasks. Number 12. Crispr, Cas9 gene editing. CRISPR gene editing is the latest advancement that has transformed genetic research, biomedicine, and potential therapies. CRISPR, which stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats, is a naturally occurring immune system found in certain bacteria, while Cas9 is an enzyme that acts like molecular scissors. Together, they form a powerful tool for precise and targeted modification of genes. This will enable scientists to edit DNA with exceptional precision, and it opens up countless possibilities for genetic research, disease treatment, and even potential enhancements to the human genome. Already, CRISPR has allowed scientists to investigate the function of genes in a much greater detail that's ever been possible. It's made it possible, for example, to create animal models with specific gene mutations to allow for the study of genetic disorders and potential treatments. It's also got the potential to accelerate the development of genetically modified organisms for agricultural and biotechnological applications. In biomedicine too, CRISPR offers significant benefits with the ability to create targeted therapies for genetic diseases. It can correct genetic mutations responsible for conditions like sickle cell anemia, muscular dystrophy, and cystic fibrosis. Plus, CRISPR-based therapies are also being explored for cancer treatment, with the potential to precisely target and edit cancer-causing mutations. There are, though, huge ethical and safety concerns with all of this, particularly with the idea of altering the human genome. So with this one technology that, while being exciting, it could also cause untold problems if used in the wrong way. Number 11. Lab-grown meat. There's a real concern about how, in the future, enough food will be provided for everyone, especially as the current meat production methods are linked with climate change and do have ethical concerns too. There's a potential solution that's getting closer to being cost-effective though: lab-grown meat. It's also known as cultured meat or cell-based meat. It's produced by cultivating animal cells in a controlled lab environment instead of raising and slaughtering animals. This would have a significantly lower environmental footprint than traditional meat production methods by requiring less land and water, and it produces fewer greenhouse gases. It also raises fewer ethical concerns related to animal welfare and eliminates the need for raising animals in confined and sometimes in often inhumane conditions. As well as these benefits, lab-grown meat can provide a consistent and controlled product, which is guaranteed to be free from contaminants commonly associated with conventional meat, and it can be produced with fewer antibiotics and without the risk of diseases, which is healthier for us to consume. It's possible already, but remains much more expensive than other meat sources. There are also regulatory hurdles to overcome and, of course, the need for mass acceptance by consumers. But this, rather than trying to convert everyone to veganism, could well be the best option to improve animal welfare, reduce greenhouse emissions, and to ensure everyone still has a reliable and tasty source of protein. Number 10. Biodegradable Plastics. There is a real problem with the amount of waste that we as a species produce, especially the plastics that are put into landfill or into the environment and take a long time to decompose. Soon, though, there will be an alternative that could put an end to the damage that's being caused. Biodegradable plastics are designed to break down naturally into harmless substances, reducing the long-term environmental impact associated with traditional plastic pollution. Instead of being made from non-renewable fossil fuels, biodegradable plastics are typically made from renewable sources such as plant-based polymers like cornstarch or sugar cane, which can break down more rapidly under the right conditions. While traditional plastics in landfills release harmful chemicals over time, biodegradable plastics break down into natural compounds like water, carbon dioxide, and organic matter, which substantially reduces the environmental burden. They do, however, require specific environmental conditions to break down effectively, including the right temperature, humidity, and microbial activity. In some cases, these conditions are not readily available in natural environments, such as oceans or arid regions, which can limit their effectiveness. The other problem is that the production of biodegradable plastics can sometimes compete with food production, as many biodegradable materials are derived from crops. So, sustainable sourcing and responsible land use are essential to prevent negative impacts on food security and biodiversity. Once this balance is perfected, though, we could see the end of destructive plastic being released into nature, and then we'll be able to focus on cleaning up the damage that has already been done. Number 9. Neural interface technologies. Neural interface technologies, which are also known as brain-computer interfaces, hold the potential to bridge the gap between the human brain and external devices, enabling direct communication and control through thought alone. The field that's driving the development of the technology the most is medicine, where individuals with severe motor disabilities such as quadriplegia will stand to benefit from the technology by being able to control prosthetic limbs, computer software, or even wheelchairs directly with their thoughts. By implanting electrodes in the brain or using non-invasive methods like electroencephalography or functional magnetic resonance imaging, these technologies can decode neural signals and translate them into commands. They also offer exciting possibilities in the field of neurorehabilitation. Stroke patients, for example, can use them to regain motor function by retraining their brain signals, with the technologies having the potential to speed up the recovery process and improve the quality of life. Beyond medicine, neural interfaces have wide-ranging applications in gaming and entertainment. Some companies are developing gaming platforms that allow players to control characters and interact with virtual environments using just their thoughts, which will provide a whole new level of immersion and interactivity. In the future, neural interfaces may enable direct communication between humans and computers, revolutionizing the way we interact with technology. And instead of using a mouse, a keyboard, or a touchscreen, typing, browsing, or performing other digital tasks could become more efficient and intuitive as we transition from physical input devices to direct neural communication. In many ways, we're at the beginning of the path that will lead to widespread availability and adoption of this technology, though, particularly as the long-term effects of implanting electrodes or using non-invasive methods on the brain's health and function need further investigation. Once methods have been developed that are proven to be completely safe, however, we'll be far more connected to the digital world and the technologies around us, with the potential for the interfaces to enhance our lives in previously unimaginable ways. Number 8. Photonics. Photonics is a field of study that focuses on the use of photons, which are the fundamental particles/waves of light. There's a wide range of things being looked at, from the generation and manipulation of light to use in its various applications, and it plays a crucial role in modern tech and everyday life. The generation of light has already changed the world around us significantly, such as with the development of lasers and light-emitting diodes. Lasers in particular have found widespread use in various industries, from telecommunications and manufacturing to medical and scientific research, where they offer precise control over the intensity and wavelength of light, making them indispensable tools for applications like surgery, optical communications, and materials processing. Photonics also involves the transmission of light, and in this sector has also had a major impact. Optical fibers, for example, form the backbone of modern telecommunications networks and are thin, flexible strands of glass or plastic that can transmit vast amounts of data over long distances using pulses of light. With other uses such as information processing and storage, and in monitoring and scanning technologies, there's still a long way to go in the development of photonic-based processes. And as it continues to advance, it holds the potential to revolutionize fields such as quantum computing and quantum communication, enabling ultra-secure data transmission and unprecedented computational power. Photonics, it's at the forefront of technological innovation, and it will be crucial to progress in multiple industries and improve our quality of life in countless ways. Moving on to number 7, desalination technologies. As the world's population increases and climate change affects the resources available to us, there's more and more concern of basic provisions to everyone in the future, especially water. The majority of water on the planet is undrinkable because of the salt levels in it, and while there are ways to remove the salt, they haven't been in any way cost-effective or scalable. But this is about to change. Desalination technologies are essential in addressing the global water scarcity crisis by converting seawater or brackish water into fresh water. The most common method is known as reverse osmosis and relies on a semi-permeable membrane that allows water molecules to pass through while blocking salts and impurities. The process involves applying pressure to force water through the membrane, which leaves behind the concentrated brine. Reverse osmosis is energy efficient and widely used in both large-scale seawater desalination plants and smaller decentralized systems for communities or remote locations. There are, though, some new techniques being developed, such as forward osmosis, which uses a draw solution with a lower osmotic pressure than seawater to pull water through a membrane. It has the advantage of requiring less energy and being less prone to fouling by impurities, making it a promising alternative to traditional methods. Other desalination technologies have made significant strides in recent years too, which has led to improved efficiency and reduced environmental impact. As new ways are found to dispose of the concentrated salts, the whole process is becoming far more viable, and in the coming years, far more desalination plants are expected to come online to provide, in certain cases, the vast majority of some countries' fresh water. Number 6. Edge computing. Edge computing is a development that's looking at completely redesigning how our computing system works. It represents a shift away from centralized cloud computing and towards distributed computing at the, quote, edge of the network. It means processes will be performed closer to the data source or endpoint devices. This concept has gained interest in recent years due to the increasing demands for real-time data processing, reduced latency, and improved privacy and security, and it will substantially increase the speed at which our computer networks operate and unlock new functionality. The main idea is that it will mean that data is processed locally, which will reduce the latency associated with sending data packets to distant servers. This is crucial for applications that require real-time responses, such as autonomous vehicles, industrial automation, and augmented reality. By processing data at the edge, only relevant information is sent to the central cloud infrastructure, reducing the amount of data that needs to be transmitted over the network. It can also help address privacy concerns by processing sensitive data locally rather than sending it to remote data centers. The concept also allows for more scalable and distributed architectures. These edge services can act independently or collaborate with others to handle varying workloads. Furthermore, edge computing ensures that critical operations can continue locally even when disconnected from the cloud, which is vital in applications like remote industrial monitoring and disaster response. It will have the ability to run AI algorithms on the edge so that devices can make autonomous decisions without relying on cloud-based AI models, enabling new possibilities in autonomous systems. Most new technological developments will rely on a much faster connection, and edge computing is one of the ways that will essentially multiply the capacity of the infrastructure that's already there to make everything possible. Number 5. Solid-state batteries. One of the biggest limitations that tech products are facing right now is the amount of energy that can be stored in a battery. But their safety, the speed at which they can be charged, and their operational lifespans are also a concern. Most devices currently use lithium-ion designs, but the next battery revolution is just around the corner, and it could well solve all of these issues. Solid-state batteries hold huge potential for a wide range of applications, from consumer electronics to electric vehicles and renewable energy systems. Unlike conventional lithium-ion batteries which use liquid or gel electrolytes, solid-state batteries employ solid electrolytes, leading to several significant advantages. One of the most important of these is their enhanced safety. Lithium-ion batteries are known for being susceptible to thermal runaway and overheating, which can result in fires or explosions. Solid-state batteries are inherently safer because they eliminate the flammable liquid electrolytes, so far less prone to thermal issues. Solid-state batteries also offer a higher energy density, meaning they can store more energy in the same volume or weight compared to conventional batteries. It also benefits other applications like smartphones and laptops, where longer battery life is a highly sought-after feature that companies are constantly trying to offer. Rapid charging is also one of the features that are essential for widespread adoption of EVs and the increased convenience of portable electronic devices. Their lifespans, too, are much longer, something that will improve sustainability for energy storage and reduce the cost of owning an EV. Once these are incorporated into devices, we'll have power on the go in a far more effective way, which will revolutionize our portable devices and hopefully encourage the mass adoption of electric vehicle technology too. Number 4. Nuclear fusion. With increasing populations and a greater reliance on energy that comes from less harmful means, scientists have been looking to the stars for the next energy revolution. Nuclear fusion is a potentially limitless source of clean energy that holds the promise of redefining the way we generate electricity. And unlike nuclear fission, which is currently used in nuclear power plants, fusion involves combining two light atomic nuclei to release energy. This process is the same reaction that powers the sun and the stars, and harnessing it on Earth has been a long-standing goal of scientific research and technological development. Fusion fuel sources such as deuterium and tritium are readily available and can be extracted from water and lithium, respectively. And unlike nuclear fission, fusion doesn't produce long-lived radioactive waste, making it much cleaner and safer. If a fusion reactor were to malfunction, it would simply cool down and shut off without the risk of causing a catastrophic event. Furthermore, fusion reactions don't produce greenhouse gases or air pollutants, making it an important tool to combat climate change and reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. Actually achieving practical nuclear fusion on Earth, though, has been an extreme scientific engineering challenge. The main problem is in creating the extreme conditions necessary for fusion reactions to happen, which involve heating the fuel to temperatures in the range of tens of millions of degrees Celsius, at which point the hydrogen nuclei have enough kinetic energy to collide with enough force to fuse. Currently, the most promising approach to achieving controlled nuclear fusion is through magnetic confinement, and a prototype has been built in France called the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, or ITER. It's hoped that this will be brought online soon, and if it proves to be successful, it could lead to the design and development of large-scale nuclear fusion power plants. There is a lot of excitement around this as an energy production method, but there's still a long way to go until it's a reality. There's no reason why it won't eventually be possible with new materials and technologies, though, and it's one advance that will undoubtedly change the world as we know it, with the potential to provide as much clean energy as we need. Number 3. Health biosensors. Most healthcare systems around the world are reactionary and are only able to begin treating people for issues once symptoms have begun to develop. Technology is beginning to have advanced to a level where things can be preemptively picked up on, and biosensors are one of the ways that this will be possible. These miniature analytical tools have already revolutionized medical diagnostics and patient monitoring, offering numerous benefits in terms of early disease detection, treatment, and optimization. They're able to provide real-time or near-real-time data and are designed to detect specific biological markers such as proteins, nucleic acids, or metabolites, often associated with diseases or health conditions. Health biosensors have a wide range of applications in healthcare. For instance, glucose biosensors have transformed the management of diabetes by enabling individuals to monitor their blood sugar levels easily. And similarly, cardiac biosensors can quickly detect signs of a heart attack, allowing for quick medical intervention. The introduction of wearable biosensors has expanded their use and availability in healthcare, whereby wearable devices such as smartwatches and fitness trackers often incorporate biosensors to monitor vital signs like heart rate, blood pressure, and oxygen levels. Beyond clinical settings, they can also be used in environmental monitoring to detect pollutants, in food safety testing to identify contaminants, and in the pharmaceutical industry. Of course, there are cost implications to fitting these to everyone, but eventually it will be far more effective to be able to detect and treat issues ahead of time and potentially eliminate many of the illnesses that we face today. Number 2. Metamaterials. Metamaterials are a new class of artificial materials that are engineered to have properties not found in nature. These materials get their unique capability from their precisely designed structures rather than their chemical composition, and have a wide range of applications across various fields. One of the most well-known applications of these metamaterials is in optics and photonics. These materials can be engineered to bend light in unconventional ways. This has led to the development of super lenses capable of imaging objects at nanoscale resolutions. In telecommunications, metamaterials could revolutionize the design of antennas and optical fibers, and they also have the potential acoustic and ultrasonic devices. Acoustic metamaterials, for example, can manipulate sound waves and allow for the creation of sound barriers, acoustic cloaking devices, and materials that can bend sound around obstacles. In electromagnetism, metamaterials have enabled the creation of near-perfect absorbers and perfect reflectors, which have applications in energy harvesting such as solar cells and thermal photovoltaics. The possibilities are truly endless once we have the ability to alter materials at the most minuscule level to enhance them with the abilities that were previously impossible. This remains a highly complicated and expensive process, but as with everything, the more common it becomes and the more uses there are, the cheaper and more practical it will eventually be. Within decades, materials like these will be in most products that we buy, giving functionality unlike anything that's available right now. Number 1. Wireless energy transfer. Currently, when you need to charge your device, you either have to connect it to a cable or put it on a wireless charging pad. These pads are the first step towards a world where true wireless energy transfer is possible, and once this step is made, it'll revolutionize the way we use any electronic products. Wireless charging technology has so far gained widespread adoption in consumer electronics, most notably in smartphones and electronic toothbrushes. Through the use of inductive or resonant charging methods, these devices can be charged simply by placing them on a compatible charging pad or surface. This convenience has led to the integration of wireless charging capabilities in a growing range of electronic devices, including laptops, wearables, and electric vehicles. Not only is it easier, but it's safer and eliminates the problems of wear and tear on the cables and connectors. These, though, are short-range methods, and the next development will be longer-range ones, where, for example, you can have a box in your home that'll automatically connect to and charge any devices within a much wider radius. It's this type of technology that will particularly benefit the automotive sector, for example, and will enable electric vehicles to charge simply by parking over a wireless charging pad. Another important use will be in medicine, where implantable medical devices such as pacemakers and insulin pumps can benefit from wireless power transmission, as it eliminates the need for surgeries to replace batteries. A lot of the technology needed to make these wider uses possible has already been developed, but there are still a few issues that need to be resolved before it can be fully rolled out. There's an inherent inefficiency that means more energy is lost when being transmitted wirelessly than when a wire is used, so this differential needs to be reduced. There's also some safety concerns too. Regulatory bodies need to be sure that there aren't any unexpected side effects of using increasingly powerful wireless energy systems, especially with their potential to interfere with other devices. So it may be a while yet until it's used beyond smaller devices, but once it is, it will change everything. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you to our channel members.